Man just moved into a new home. Weird things happened one after another. There was only water in the fridge, but somehow there was more juice. He drank a few sips of it and it didn't taste right. The man checked but was surprised to find this water has become a drink. The date had already expired 4 months ago. Frightened, he rushed to find mouthwash. The mouthwash didn't taste right either. He realized it was a similarly packaged toner, and then, on top of that, there was another comb on the dresser, and it didn't even belong to him. He didn't understand why it was there. The man returned to his room, and there were a lot of snacks on the table. He still doesn't understand what's going on. Suddenly he hears the shower again. Pushing open the bathroom door, through the curtains he vaguely saw someone. He could only tiptoe around and pick up the hanger. Is it a man or a ghost? The man fell straight into the bathtub. There was no water, no people, no nothing. The man even began to doubt himself. Was he drunk tonight and hallucinating? His best friend came to see him the next day. The man even asked when he first rented this house, has there ever been a death here? When he heard his friend's denial, he could only attribute it to his own hallucinations. But the next night, after a bottle of red wine, the man fell asleep on the couch again. Something strange happened again. The heavy slamming of the door woke him up. The man wanted to have a drink of water to calm down. If that was a hallucination, then he heard the slamming of the door. He had the courage to get up and check it out. He really saw a white-haired female ghost enter the room. He gently opened the door. The woman with long hair was sitting at the table. The man was trembling with fear. He covered his mouth and nose, fearing that the sound of breathing would disturb the ghost. But people are always curious. Even if it was a ghost, he wanted to see the real thing. He summoned up the courage to ask again. At the same time, he asked, "Am I disturbing you in your neighborhood?" The man said he would move out when he got better. He said so much, but he didn't reply. So he started talking again. "I beg you to leave me alone."
不会放过你的。
Hearing this, he could only hold on to the door. The man convinced himself once again that he was hallucinating. On the third day, the man intended to drink more. He associated it with seeing a ghost the day before, so he decided not to drink today and go to bed early. However, a miraculous scene happened once again. The man woke up in the middle of the night. He found a woman lying on top of him. He covered his mouth and nose, too scared to breathe. The man tried to move her arms but was stopped again. He tried to move his legs but she held him. At this moment the woman also began to touch. They realized something was wrong and screamed. The man thought she was a ghost, but the woman just thought he was a pervert. She grabbed a bottle to teach him a lesson. They fought over the doorknob. And sure enough, with a string of incantations, he managed to close the door. The girl was not satisfied, so she took the bottle and started running. But the girl realized that the man had disappeared. There was no trace of him in any corner of the room. The man on the other side opened the door. He found that the woman had also disappeared.